Big welcome to the video. So the end of another fantastic trading week. We absolutely smashed it this week, and things turned out uh, very well. Pretty early in the week, and we on the weekly service we had closed all our positions by Thursday morning. The daily group we done excellent also, and in this video we're going to go over the trades we took on the weekly service and show you exactly why I was taking them and show you the results. So before we actually get into the video, if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, simply hit the subscribe button now. Okay, so let's have a look at the results. Okay, so these were the trades that were taken this week. Okay, some huge trades. The British pound compared to last week was the kind of currency pair that took us out last week. We had lost around 200 pips last week, and this week we absolutely smashed it on the weekly service, nearly 600 pips. We had a nice trade on the USD Swiss franc, a beautiful trade on the Euro GDP, and the trade of the week was on the British pound Aussie. Aussie USD, that was the free signal I gave in the Telegram group. Should have got around 60 pips on it. And the Kiwi USD was another trade that triggered this week. So 100% record this week. All trades were in profit. You can see last week British pound was one of the ones that took us out. A couple of three stop outs last week, and then the week before, start of the month, 600 pips. So it's been a really good month so far. Earned 1,000 pips in the weekly service. If we look at the Telegram group here, okay, these were the trades that were taken in the daily group. Around 300 pips in the daily group this week. So in total, nearly 900 pips. We had an excellent few trades on Friday. So we did. And yeah, some great results in the signal group. You can see the kind of results we were getting here when I told everyone to close the trades. That was on Thursday for some excellent results. So it was great to see. So the first one was on the USD Swiss franc. Okay, USD Swiss franc, and let's go over the reasoning for entering this position. Okay, so just need to clear all these objects. I don't know why it all comes up always in this pair. So, okay. As you can see, long term on the weekly charts, we're at this low here, and you can see it's kind of holding nicely here. We look at the monthly charts. See, each time it comes down here, it's been pops back up. So this is a reason why I was looking to enter this, and you can see we're getting a lot of divergence signals. So every time it was coming down to this line, I was looking to buy the support line. Okay, this week 9,500. You can see early on in the week it triggered more or less to the pip, and from that it rallied up. On Thursday morning it was up around 70 pips for us, so we closed out. So that was a nice trade on it. Next one was Euro GDP. Again, we're very high up here. You can see this support, or sorry, resistance here. We are at this huge kind of level here. Okay, so the reason for selling this position was as price was coming up into this area. Although it did spike out before and hit this level up above, we are in the higher time frames, and to me this spike out early in this year was just a stop hunt. The market could continue up higher and look to test the all-time highs in the weeks to come. Okay, if we look at the daily charts here, okay, last week this was continuing very high up. on the daily charts. It's coming into this weekly area we just marked there a minute ago, and kind of this area here was, sorry, not that area, was it area above here? It is kind of hard to see, but here was where I was looking to trade. Okay, 92,500 this week. Okay, more or less from the start of the week, we got into this trade. Okay, at 92,500, and you can see it was a beautiful trade. Dropped all the way down. We got around 150 pips in that, and you can see the actual divergence signals happening up inside that daily, inside the weekly area. So it was a nice trade. And again, if you look at the monthly charts, okay, you can see this is a nice resistance line. So these higher time frame charts areas will get reactions. That's what happened this week, especially with this. The week before we had this huge move up here, this huge candle, and more or less what happens after you get a week like this is you get a bit of a retracement the following week. We got a huge retracement this week, and that's the reason for that trade. British pound Aussie. Okay, beautiful trading this week again. Okay, so this was trade of the week this week. This was one that stopped us out last week, and you can see we are coming down. We were coming down the week before into this kind of area here. You can see we've had a lot of reaction here before on the monthly charts. We are right at the bottom of this monthly buying area here. Okay, price moving down pretty drastically into that, and just below this monthly area you can see here we have this weekly area here, which was the initial start of this leg up. And with the descent, the pace of the momentum of this drop down in here, again, usually after I see a candle like this happening and it closes at the end of the week, the next week it's looking to, I will look to buy this kind of pair based on profit taking and a reaction at this level here. And that's what happened this week. Early on in the week we got a divergence signal, and we had entered this more or less from the word go on Monday. Okay, we had the initial low here last Friday. Price retraces, rallies up, but early in the week it comes back down, and this is where we got in here, and the market absolutely rallied up. Did go up around 300 pips. We got about 240 of that, so it was a lovely trade on it. And this could be, if you're looking at this on the for a continuation, if this breaks, this could be a bear flag if you trade patterns. I'm not really one for patterns, but looking at this market could really get tanked here. Okay, and start taking out these levels and start moving down towards these kind of monthly areas here. Okay, so if you see this support line getting taken out around 175, any close below that on a monthly or weekly time frame, expect a huge move down to the downside, and especially with Brexit news kind of driving this market at the minute. Well, the British markets at the minute. If some kind of bad news does come out, no deal with the euro, this could absolutely plummet. Any good news, these levels could hold and the market continued back up. Okay, so time will tell on it. Again, I trade weekly swings, so I'm not one to hold very long term. I like to open on Monday and close on a Friday usually. Okay, next trade was Aussie USD and Kiwi USD. Aussie USD was a nice selling opportunity. Again, it's pretty. This is the free trade I give this week. You can see we're getting a lot of divergence signals here, coming up into kind of monthly areas here. And I think this is on a higher time frame of 61.8. No, it's actually broke through that. another currency pair I'm thinking about. Okay, so you can see price action is slowing down here, coming up into these kind of monthly and weekly areas here. See, it is a nice resistance area from a former breakout. Okay, here. You can see there's been a lot of price action between these. Look at this here, blue area at the minute. You can see there's been a lot of price action there before on the monthly time frames. Markets bounced here before and rallied up, bounced here before, rallied up, bounced here before and rallied up. Then when it finally breaks down through it, it comes back up and bounces down and continues down. Okay, so this kind of area I am looking to sell. I'm still looking to sell this pair. You can see the divergent signals happening up in this area, telling me the market is slowing down, and it's not a good idea to be on the buy side long term in this with the market slowing down. I could be wrong, but on weekly swings, these are good selling opportunities up inside this area. Okay, so the trade in this week was 72 or 73,400, and quite early in the week you can see it's actually sold us a bit early. It actually triggered. Let's see. Early on in the week, and by Thursday morning, did drop around 80 pips, but by Thursday morning we decided to close out. Okay, so that was a nice trade on it. Kiwi USD, another one that's very high up. Okay, got these weekly kind of areas here holding at the highs here. We have this one here, that is, not sure that's happened there. This weekly area here, okay, this is holding at the minute. So when we locate these zones, we also have a monthly area here. Okay, so when we locate these higher time frame trading areas, what we're actually looking for is evidence prices slowing down, momentum slowing down on the approach inside these areas. My favorite indicator for that is using the MACD divergence, and also my Forex Pro dashboard. Oh, the wrong button. Okay, the Forex Pro, you can see in the higher time frames the Kiwi USD is very high up on the curve in the daily, weekly, or sorry, the Kiwi is very high up on the daily, weekly, and monthly. So is indicating to me that we are likely to get a reversal long term coming up into these areas here. Also, if you look at the daily charts on the approach to these weekly and monthly areas, daily charts are starting to move sideways. Just zoom out a bit, you can see this a little bit better. You can see the markets rallying pretty hard up here, get a bit of retracement, and then you can see the actual curve of the market here starting to move sideways. We are getting divergent signals, so that again, inside these areas, that's indicating to me that price action is slowing down. Sellers have started to come into the market and soak up a lot of the buying pressure, creating this distribution period, the market moving sideways on the higher time frames. Again, similar story on the 4-hour charts. You can see divergent signals happening on the month or the 4-hour. See, we had this high here. Although the indicator hasn't printed the divergence, we have this high here on the MACD, and price continues up here and creates a new high, but the MACD does not take out this high. So everything's indicating to me here selling opportunity. So that was the reason for selling that trade, and again I'll likely sell this again this week. Okay, it could maybe pop up and take out these highs and test this area in here. We will see, but at the minute I'm only looking for opportunities to sell this pair based on what the market's telling me, what the price action is telling me at these kind of areas here. Okay, so that was the trades this week. We had a fantastic week, both services, daily and weekly. So far this month, around 1,000 pips have been banked on the weekly service coming into the last week of September. The daily service around 500 pips, so around 1,500 pips in total this month across both services. Remember, when you actually join the service today by clicking the link below on the website here, you actually get access to both the daily and the weekly services. Okay, so as part of your plan, so you can just click the link below. You can also head over and have a quick read of what you get, the benefits of joining the basic month-to-month plan compared to the yearly plan. So join today, click the link below. If you have any questions, let me know, and I shall see you on the next video.